I'm Rory. Welcome to our video on mindfulness. You may have heard the term mindfulness in the context of yoga, Pilates, or some other form of meditation. But what does being mindful actually mean? Have you ever had an experience in which you were completely engaged, in which all your thoughts, worries, and judgments fell to the wayside, even if just for a moment? You may have had an experience such as these: watching a sunset, being surrounded by natural beauty, or even something as simple as watching your kids or dogs play. When we talk about mindfulness, we're talking about being aware. If you've had an experience such as these in which you were completely aware and engaged, then you've had a mindful moment.
Mindfulness is a different way of thinking than what we're used to, and it may seem strange at first. Most of us spend a lot of time in our heads, thinking, worrying, or planning, and may actually be zoned out from our actual lives. Have you ever driven somewhere in your car, and when you got there, you couldn't remember the drive? It may feel like you're living your life on autopilot, going through the motions, but not actually living. This is the opposite of mindfulness.
Practicing mindfulness has been shown to produce a wide variety of physical and mental health benefits. Here, we're going to be using mindfulness to decrease suffering, increase happiness, experience reality as it really is, and to help us take control over our own minds. Practicing mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress, pain, and sadness. Practicing mindfulness can also help us experience reality as it really is, not how we want it to be or how we think it should be.
Why would we want to do that? If you're not acknowledging reality as it really is, then you can't change it, and this can have dangerous consequences. For example, if you place your hand on a hot curling iron, what happens? Your hand starts to burn and you quickly pull it away. But before you can pull your hand away, you have to acknowledge that the curling iron is hot. We can keep our hand there and tell ourselves, "This isn't hot, I can handle it." Doing that may make the pain diminish for a moment. If we keep our hand there long enough, though, we'll cause long-term damage. If we acknowledge the fact that the iron is hot, we have the ability to change our behavior or to move our hand. The same is true in relationships. If we acknowledge that there are things that are harmful or we do not like, then we have the ability to make changes.
We also talk about mindfulness as a means of controlling your own mind instead of letting your mind control you. The idea here is that you will be learning to be able to do what's right for you, despite being worried, scared, or overwhelmed. Many women tell us that they know what would be best for them, but they just can't seem to do it. Mindfulness is a skill that helps us move forward even when it's tough. So what does it take to be mindful? First, we need to observe. This means just taking note of the experience without getting caught in your feelings or your thoughts about it. It can be challenging not to get caught up in thoughts and feelings. So if you notice yourself getting disconnected with the experience because of overwhelming thoughts or emotions, remember, you are not emotions or thoughts. You are the sky. They are the clouds, always coming and going while you remain the sky. Next, describe the experience, but don't judge it. Calling something worthwhile or worthless or good or bad are all judgments. This doesn't mean that judgments can't be accurate. They just don't bias anything. Sometimes it can be easy for us to let go of judgments, and sometimes it's harder, especially when they are judgments about ourselves or our situation. It's important to unglue our opinion from the facts and to stay descriptive of the situation.
So finally, we need to participate. This means letting go of thoughts that things should be different and the injustices you've suffered.
Hey Rory, come join us.
All right. So go ahead, participate.